Hi, everybody. Welcome back to English 221, and this is for our class for Monday, May 12th, our last class before our final examination. So you can see in the notes below that this final class is devoted to The Tempest, which is our extra credit play. And it turns out that someone in our class is taking the honors section of this course. So this was their project. So very soon I'm going to leave you in their capable hands so that you can listen to what they have to say about the Tempest. But just a couple of points that I wanted to make about the Tempest. Prospero is such an interesting character. And yes, he is oftentimes thought of as a Shakespeare saying goodbye. And he's also thought of as conquering European, both bad and good, with the question of nature, which is represented by Caliban, true nature, and nurture, which is represented by European, Prospero, and others. And of course, the necessity is to try to find a balance between the two. Nature unchecked results in things like acting on one's baser instincts and trying to rape just to make little, as Caliban says, little Calibans. And of course, too much civilization results in stealing kingdoms, which is what happens to Prospero. Note that Caliban at one point is given alcohol by the stranded people on the island, and this is again seen as a kind of parallel about how European would conquer and manipulate native populations through alcohol. Think about game playing. So it's important that we see a game go on at the ending of the play because basically Prospero has been playing a game with all of us. And Prospero understands the human condition. So he knows that by keeping Miranda and Ferdinand apart, the consequence will be that they would just want to be together even more so. So again, I leave the rest of this for you to hear from the 26-minute lecture on the Tempest. And our final exam is Wednesday. And what I will be doing is posting the exam on Wednesday at 8 a.m. 5:14. You have 24 hours to take that exam. Not that I expect you to spend 24 hours on that exam. You should spend approximately 2 hours or so on that exam. There'll be essay questions, and you get to choose which question you want to answer. And it's open book, open notes, so you can utilize things like your notes. So that would be due at 8 a.m. on Thursday, 5:15. Note that your final paper is due on the 14th, which is the last day of class. So there are no extensions after that. And that said, if you're curious about final grades, you can find them on my GCC, or you should be able to, on May 20th, or you can contact me after the 20th and I'll be happy to give you your final grade. The same in terms of your final assignments. If you would like them returned to you, just send me an email and I will be happy to do so. So I've got a farewell message at the bottom of this Moodle page from a friend of mine. And outside of that, it's been a pleasure. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. And you will see the final exam on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Take care. Bye bye. Oh, our final attendance question. I almost forgot. And it is about Othello. And to wrap things up, do you see Othello's a tragic hero? We were talking about Aristotle. Of course, Aristotle had also proposed the idea of the unities of time and place. And as I believe I had mentioned last class, Shakespeare didn't follow any of those unities. His plays would take place over long periods of time, and they would change locales frequently, unlike The Tempest, which takes place in real time in one locale. Another way that Shakespeare probably ended his career is by showing that he could have followed the unities if he wanted to. He just didn't feel like it. So, again, I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. And watch out for the final on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Take care. Bye bye.